When you buy a brand new router and plug it into the wall, those blinking green lights suggest your connection is ready. But in its default state, that router is exposed to outside threats. To fix this, we are going to build and configure a small home office network, commonly known as a SOHO network. For this setup, you will need 5 specific components: a modem, a wireless router, a Cat6 Ethernet cable, a laptop, and a surge protector. By identifying these default vulnerabilities and gathering the necessary hardware, we can begin the process of setting up a digital workspace. First, the power supply. Plug your router's power adapter into a surge protector, not the wall. This prevents hardware failure caused by sudden power spikes. On the back of the router, the WAN port connects to the outside internet, while LAN ports connect your local devices. Connect your modem's Cat6 cable into the WAN port and plug local hardware like desktops into the LAN ports. Once connected, look at the physical indicators on the front of the router. Ensure the power light and the Wi-Fi radio lights are both active. This physical separation between the external internet and your local hardware forms the initial structural boundary of the network. Now we move to the client device. Ensure your laptop's Wi-Fi radio is activated, which may require a physical switch or a specific function key. Locate the Default Service Set Identifier, or SSID, which is usually printed on a label on the router hardware itself. Select that default SSID in your laptop's network settings and enable Connect Automatically for future sessions. Your laptop is connected, but using factory default settings means the network remains completely insecure. We must now access the administrative settings to apply proper protections. We will follow a 5-step configuration sequence to secure the router. Start by logging into the admin dashboard through your web browser. Step 1 is to change the default admin password immediately. Using unique credentials prevents hackers from using rainbow tables, which are lists of common passwords, to gain access to your settings. Step 2. Change the default LAN IP address from a common string like 192.168.1.1 to something unique. This prevents an IP conflict, which happens when 2 devices share an address and crash the connection. Step 3 is changing the default SSID to a custom name that is unique to your office or home. When choosing a name, avoid using your personal name or home address. Keeping the SSID generic prevents attackers from identifying you through your network name. By moving away from these factory presets, you eliminate the predictable entry points that automated scripts use to target home networks. For Step 4, navigate to the Security Settings tab to select your wireless encryption standard. This comparison shows why encryption choice is vital. WEP is obsolete and can be cracked in minutes. To protect your data, you must use WPA3 or WPA2 if your older devices require it. Step 5 involves the guest network settings. If you do not have a specific need for a visitor network, toggle this feature off. Utilizing modern encryption and closing unused access points ensures that your wireless signal is restricted to authorized users. Once you save these changes, the router will reboot and your laptop will disconnect. This indicates that your new security configurations have been applied. Scan for networks on your laptop, select your new custom SSID, enter your WPA3 password to reconnect. Security is a continuous process. Check for firmware updates monthly to ensure the router is patched against newly discovered vulnerabilities, known as zero-day exploits. Beyond the hardware, you must remain aware of social engineering. Watch out for evil twin attacks, where an unauthorized person sets up a rogue network with your same SSID to intercept your traffic. SOHO security relies on this combination of consistent router configurations and ongoing vigilance against new threats.